us as we worship the Lord tonight together.
You guys grab a seat really quick. It's good to see you. If you're joining us online, we're sure glad you're here as well too. We miss you though if you're not in the room, and it's such a great time as we get to worship together, and so glad that you came this evening to celebrate and worship Jesus. We're going to continue in our series called Follow Me, and we know sometimes, I don't know about you, growing up, I was not very good at the game like Simon Says. Anybody ever play that game when you were a kid? Like I played that game, and I felt like I always got out because I would like listen. And I think it's just like ADD or something like that. I didn't always like listen all the way through. And so I just like keep on going or do it or whatever it was. And so I ended up getting out a lot of times. And so, but as followers of Jesus, we're meant to follow our leader. And our leader, we believe, is him. And so we're going to talk more tonight about that. And there's some things that can get us off track. And we've been talking about some of those things. Fear that can lead us astray. There's sin that we can get involved in. Tonight we're going to look at some areas in the way we worship. Because we all worship something. The question is, what do we worship and how do we worship? And do we worship a thing, a person, an it? And I hope that we'll have a chance maybe to break free and make maybe even some life-changing decisions that would cause us to reconsider how we would live our life out in following Jesus, to make some moves that could really affect it in some amazing ways. So I'm super excited about what I believe God has for us to share with us tonight through His Word. And I think it's going to be really encouraging and powerful. Also, too, we're going to continue to worship in just a moment. And I believe you'll be blessed through that. I encourage you, if you would join us. And if it's a song maybe you don't know as well, you just sing it as you know it. And if you don't know it, just read the words, look at the words, and think about what those mean. Because there's so much good, strong things from the Bible and theology and all kinds of stuff. So many of the songs that we've learned over the years, both from the past that maybe you sang growing up and songs we sing now. It's one of the ways that people learned about Scripture. We sing so many songs that are just straight out of Scripture, and we want to encourage you just to sing from that. It's about not just about our hearts, but it's also about our minds as we worship Jesus, and we want to engage all of it as we worship Him. It's all of our soul, all of our mind, and all of our strength, every part of us, that we would just worship Him. And that's what we want to do in the next few moments, is worship Him with all that we are. And so I encourage you with that we would do that. A couple things as well, too. If you are maybe new or you're joining us online for the first time, we want to connect with you. And one of the simple ways you can do that is just by taking your phone out and texting the word guest to 256-364-1311. And we would love to get connected with you. If you've not done that yet before, this is kind of just our online guest card. So we just want to say thank you for joining us, answer any questions that you may have. And it's always our pleasure and honor to have you join us, either here in the room or online. So we would love to connect with you. That's a super simple way. The other thing is part of our worship is our giving. And so many times each week we can just take for granted because maybe it's just auto-drafted, or maybe we come in and we throw some money into the box in the back or whatever else it may be. But we really believe giving needs to be something that we think about. It's something that's a regular part of our lives that we make a priority, because all that we have is because of Jesus. And He was the most generous person on the face of the planet, so much so that He came and He gave His life for us. And as followers of Jesus, we're called to give back a portion of what He's given to us. In Scripture, it speaks of tithes and offerings. And so I want to invite you, if you haven't done that, you can do that. It's super simple. There's a box in the back, or you can give online. There's several different ways. It's on your screen about how you can do that. You can go to courageouschurch.tv and set it up so it will reoccur, because we think it's good to have a system and be something you do that's a regular part of your life. Not something that you just do at happenstance, or when you just happen to have a little bit extra, but you would make it a priority in your life. Because not only does that, I believe that it blesses God as we honor Him, but also it blesses us as we honor Him with what we have. And so I just want to encourage you, if you haven't done that, to do it. If you already have, thank you for doing that, because that allows us to gather, that allows us to do ministry, that allows